How's everyone? Let me give some shout outs here. Hello, Be Kind, Merritt, Heather, Lady D, Capel, Cleta, Bonnie, Pamela, Cindy. Hello, my dear. Much love. Thank you for being here. Pamela, BNN. Miss Elizabeth. Hello, hello. Pamela again. Summer Dawn. Hello, my dear. Thank you for being here. Hello, Lorna. Elizabeth Gregory. What the heck? Heather, Lady D. Hey. Vera. Nancy. I love snack cakes. D. Pepsi Girl. Nana. Hello, Nana. Hello, everybody, for joining, and thank you. So I did start a little bit early. I don't know how long this is going to go today, but I do know that she is having to be in person today. So there's no getting out of this. She has to be there. Hello, C. Ann's Asmer. Brenda. Hello, everybody. Yeah. So today she has to be there in person. She has no choice. She can't decide that she's not going to come today like she did the last hearing. Now, I've got the courtroom up, the WebEx. I don't know if they're going to let me in. Hello, Nitch. From the West Coast. Hello, hello. Hello, Lady D. Thank you for becoming a member. You guys, if you do want to become a member, I do have the memberships back. That right now I have 2 levels. The first level, you get all the emojicons and you get the nice little angel wings that evolve over time into a full-blown angel the longer that you're a member. And the second stage is going to be some second tier member only lives where I will be doing card pulls and maybe pendulum questions for you, and giveaways, merch giveaways, stuff like that. So that's in the second tier. Hello, Anne. Yes, I had to get rid of a few because I had like about 20 and it was just too much to take care of. So I did get you. I still have you, Anne, on my list. So when we do big things where we need a lot of mods, I will add you back. But it's just I had way too many to keep track of and having to send out all the emails and stuff like that too. So I did have to get rid of some for now. Nothing personal. Hello, Mary T. I love that name. I love snack cakes. Love Pet. Good afternoon. Mary T. Hey, all. Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to let me in the WebEx, but I do have it up and waiting. Hello, Wakey Wakey. And we'll see if I can get in. If I can't get in, I do have other links up where I know there's going to be certain people in there that I can get all the info from. But I'm hoping to get in the courtroom. So keep your fingers crossed, you guys. Hello, Danielle. Hello, Vicky. So my sister should be in here shortly also. And yes, please smash that like button on your way in. Let everybody know that we are live and we will be covering this live. My merch shelf also, you guys, will be up shortly. Hello, Melmac. They just have to go over a few things on there to make sure everything is set. Hi, BCH Bum. TMK Corey. Hello, hello. She has to appear. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Today, she has to appear. It doesn't matter whether she's wanting to go not guilty or guilty. Either way, she has to be there in person today. So, Summer Dawn, thank you. Summer got her shirt and she is very happy with it. So thank you for ordering that and supporting the channel, Summer Dawn. I really appreciate it. Hey, Corey H. Heather Ear says, fingers crossed. Kata Whitley, hello, hello. Wendy V, hello. Brenda Robinson, thumbs up. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mel Mac. I appreciate it. Hello, Carol. Yeah, I wonder, that's why I'm saying I hope that she does show up today, like doesn't cause some kind of shit show or something. Very welcome, Summer, and thank you for being here to all my mods. Sandra James, hello. Yes, I'm looking forward to this too, Corey. Heather says, enough slacking on her part. Jenna, I am sitting right now in the WebEx. I don't know if I'm going to get booted or not. Good afternoon, Sherry. Oh, I love you too, Brenda. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Hello, Jody. Yes, blue hearts. Let's put some blue hearts in the chat for Gannon, you guys. Yes, it is on slow mode. So if you type something and you don't see it come up right away, there's a 60-second wait in between your chat messages. And that's just so my mods can keep up and I can keep up. I don't get the slow mode on because I'm seeing this on StreamYards. You guys are seeing it on YouTube. Thank you, you guys. Blue hearts for Gannon. Look at that. Look at all the hearts, you guys. This little boy needs justice, you guys. Thank you, you guys. But like I said, if they do end up booting me, I do have other people that are going to be in the courtroom. Hello, Denise. Hello, Megs. Gailey, hello. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody. I'm trying to. Hello, Lorna. Ziola. Anna D. Harry Cow. Karen Gillette. Kata Whitley. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry if I miss anybody. Please don't take it personal. I'm trying to keep an eye on this WebEx meeting too to see if they boot me so I can try and get back in. Hello, Ocean Surf Girl. Angel Edwards, hello. So I'm still waiting, you guys. You're very welcome. Denise says, thank you for doing all this. You're very, very welcome. Yes, Angel. Justice for Gannon. Hello, Louisiana girl. Be kind. Hello, hello, my dear. Yeah, I don't think she's going to plead guilty either. Then again, sorry for the cough, you guys. Anything is possible. She has not wanted to come to court, so she may just surprise us all and plead guilty. I don't think so, but who knows? At this point, anything is possible with this chick. Oh, I would too. So today, she's going to enter a plea. Now, I believe that they will also set, I got to get my trusty book out here. They will probably set a date for trial. Yes. Angel Edwards, thank you for that too. Prayers going up for Landon and Al. Ian for Guian's little sister. There's my sister. My sister, she is here, but she's driving. Go figure. She's always got like about 10 things on the go at once, I'm telling you. I don't know how she does it. But my sister is here too, so everybody is here. Megs, love it, love it, love it. Yes. Oh, be kind. You're so kind. Me too. I hope she had a beautiful birthday. There she go. Aw. Yeah, she does. It's like 101 things all the time. It's like, I don't know how the heck she does it. With one hand to boot. So hello, everyone coming in. Like I said, I'm sorry if I miss you. I like to try and give everybody a shout out. So we should be starting, you guys, within the next 5 to 10 minutes. I am waiting. I don't know if I'm going to be let in. They may have it blocked, but even if they do, I've got others that are in the courtroom, so I will be getting what's going on. And it sounds like after this, the DA will be speaking to the media once the hearing is done. Carefully, that's how. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Hello, Brenda. Oh, never let. I try my best, you guys. Hello, Mariah. Hello, Garfield. Carefully. Yes, you guys, and I will, hello, History Underfoot. I will say it again. There's 2 different levels. The first level is all the emoticons, and you get the little thing beside your name there to show that you're a member. Second level, you get everything that's on the first level, and you get the second tier members only live. And what I will be doing maybe a couple times a month is I will also be doing lives there where I will be doing card pulls, or you can ask the pendulum a question, and I will also be giving away merch. So there'll be draws for merch too. Hello, Tia. Yes, let's hope, right? Hello, Melanie. Okay, Melanie, we're not going to be sharing information from any other places where you're getting your information. We're not going to be sharing that here, please. Garfield, yes, I'm sitting in the WebEx right now. So far, I'm in. I don't know if they're going to boot me out, but so far I'm sitting here. So I'm hoping to be able to stream it live for you. So Mr. Tellini and the defense team have just walked up, but the courtroom isn't open yet. So they're waiting outside. Landon, Gannon's mother, is here too, dressed in blue as usual. She's also got a Sonic the Hedgehog face mask on, master required in the courthouse. So there you go, you guys. Like, I will be following a couple of different news people who are also in the courtroom. So I will relay that here. I don't want... Melanie says the WebEx is only for family. Well, right now I'm here, so I'm in right now, so I don't know if I'm going to get the boot, but I've been sitting in here since about 2:15, so over an hour. Yes, if you go to any of my videos or my page, there will be a join button there, Kat. Hi, Niche Fan. You're very welcome. Yes, so far I'm in, but I may get booted. If I get booted, don't worry about it because I'm going to get everything that's going on in the courtroom anyway from other sources. Okay, so the DA and Al just walked in too. The doors are open. Sounds like they're heading in soon. There you go. Cindy just put up the, whoops. Thank you for that, Summer. And Cindy just put up the link for memberships. You can copy and paste that, and it should bring you right to the memberships. History underfoot. The purpose of today's is she's going to be entering a plea, and they will probably be setting a trial date. Laurel's Heart says, I really hope to see some videos of Letecia. Yeah. Like I said, I'm in right now, so hopefully I don't get booted. I know they've been doing, I don't know, most of you are in the US. Have they been doing lockdowns again in the US? I'm in Canada, so I don't know, but I know in the US they're doing a lot of lockdowns again. Does anybody know if there's lockdowns going on again in the States? Yes, that would be good, history underfoot, but okay, so I'm getting a lot of no's. But masks are required in some places. Niche Fan says masks are required in some places. Well, here in Canada, you have to, there's nowhere that you can go that you don't need to wear a mask. You have to, any public place, you have to wear a mask. So, okay, Anna D says she's hearing that she's explaining. I don't put it past her, but Kentucky masks are optional. Okay. Okay, none in Florida, not in Texas, not in Washington State. Not in Louisiana. South Dakota. Thank you, Yellow Submarine. Nice to see you. Trudy. Stephanie Hayes, everybody that's joined in, Emily Rivera, thank you for joining in. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody. My chat is going, it's flying by. Roberta Kaiser, none in Colorado. Ketta says none in Alabama. Cleta says none in Idaho. Okay, so Cindy says restaurants and government offices must wear a mask. Okay. Okay, let me just go over here and check you guys and see what's going on. Oh, ooh. I got the boot. Okay. Let me go back and try and get back in, you guys. I just got booted out. And I had my mic and camera off, so it wasn't because of that this time. But I did just get the boot. Okay, join. Okay. Okay, so family seated on the right as usual. Just a waiting game at this point. Letecia Stauch just walked in. She's sitting right in front of one of the reporters. She's in the standard orange El Paso County jumpsuit. Hair is long, well past her elbows. She's seated next to Mr. Tellini. All eyes are on the right side. All eyes on the right side of the courtroom are on her. So yeah, I can't get in, you guys. They booted me and I can't get back in. But that's okay. I've got other people that I can get the information from. Yeah, and her hair is long black and it's crimped. So they're still waiting on the judge. So they're saying that this is the first time in months that they've seen her in court in person. Before this, it had to be over video call if she even stayed around. Sounds like Judge Werner said she had to be here and he meant it. And all of Gannon's family is wearing blue, which was Gannon's favorite color to honor him. And so the judge just walked in, and I'm still not able to get back. Let me just... I don't think I'm going to be able to get back in on the WebEx. Nope. No WebEx. Okay. Okay, so let me get this over here so I can. I had to take my headset off because I could hear myself talking. Okay. Sorry, you guys, if I'm not seeing your chats right now. I'm trying to. Disney Debbie, hello. They didn't need to roll her up in a straitjacket and a hand truck. Maybe. Okay, so Mr. Tellini says he is going to introduce evidence of Letecia Stauch's mental condition after the disappearance of Gannon Stauch. Not an insanity plea, just evidence to be submitted. Says they need reports of what the evidence and issue might be so they can prepare. What? So she's pled not guilty on all counts. So she's pleading not guilty, you guys. But Tellini's saying that he's going to introduce evidence of Letecia Stauch's mental condition after the disappearance of Gannon. I think she's going to try and use that to say that that's why she messed up in some of the things that she was saying. But let's see what else is going on here. Okay, so I got to write this down, you guys. So they're expecting a 6 week of trial. It's going to be starting March 28th. Those dates may change. But the pretrial is going to be March 17th at 9 a.m. Motions dates, by the time they have to have all their motions in by January 6th at 1:30, because they have to be filed 15 days before trial. And the trials also start at 9 a.m. each day. Okay, so I guess that's it, you guys. She came in, she pled not guilty to all counts. The DA says they need reports of what the evidence and issues might be so they can prepare, because apparently Tellini wants to introduce evidence of Letecia's mental condition after the disappearance of Gannon. They're saying they're not going down the insanity plea, but just evidence that they want to submit. So I think that evidence is going to be, oh, well, she went into a mental breakdown. She was saying things that, weren't true, because it's going to be an excuse, you guys. But the trial is set and it may change, and I think it probably will. I can't see anything going as they have said it's going to go. But it's supposed to start March 28th at 9 a.m. and the pretrial is going to be on March 17th. Now, we should be able to stream those. Yeah, she pled not guilty to all charges. Yeah, like she's a nut. Like, she's a nut. Just going through some of the things that I missed here, you guys. Yeah, it was her last chance to, be a decent human being and not put the family through this. But no, she couldn't. Right? So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about what's happened today? Like, did you guys expect her to plead guilty or not guilty? Okay, well, wait a minute, you guys. There's still more coming out here, because it was supposed to wrap up, but apparently something else was brought up here. Judge Werner is saying he is going to try to eliminate other responsibilities to make sure the case runs smoothly without interruption. So they will have to see what days the trial will actually run. Might skip a day in the week each week, like Thursdays, maybe not. The DA says if they're going to bring up mental health again, then Letecia should be tested in the state hospital again, where she passed competency twice. Mr. Tellini says it's up to the judge on where she's evaluated. Again, this is not an insanity plea move. So there's something going on here, you guys, where Tellini is trying to pull maybe some shady shit. Oops. Give me a second, you guys. My doorbell. Sorry, you guys. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so the last thing that was said was the DA says if they're gonna bring up mental health again, then Letecia should be tested in the state hospital again, where she passed competency twice. Mr. Tellini says it's up to the judge on where she'll be evaluated. Again, it's not an insanity plea move, is what he's saying. Then Tellini makes it clear that this is specifically within a timeline right after the disappearance of Gannon Stout, not before. Judge says he agrees she needs to go through an evaluation too, but says it's odd it's for that specific time chunk. The DA says it might be that it's not even relevant in the trial, because if she's being charged for crimes and they are talking about her competency after the alleged crime, it might not matter. Judge is mulling it over. The judge is sitting there. He's got his head tilted back, thinking. He's been silent. And he says, I see this creating an intimidate evaluation issue. They will want to talk to her about the circumstances of the crimes too. And Tellini says, and we object to that. Might be beneficial to set a date in 3 weeks to check back in, Tellini says. Under this, it does not trigger the typical state hospital evaluation. He claims this is not an insanity plea evaluation, so it can go through other channels besides the state hospital. So the prosecution is wanting Letecia Stauch to be evaluated at a state hospital. Judge Werner is agreeing she needs to undergo an evaluation. They are still discussing when and where this evaluation will be done. What the heck? Niche fan, yes, she entered not guilty on all charges, but now they're fighting over. The prosecution is wanting Letecia Stauch to be evaluated at a state hospital again. Judge Werner agrees she needs to undergo an evaluation. They are still discussing when and where this evaluation will be done, is where we're at right now. So the defense is saying that her mental state just after Gannon went missing, that there's some evidence that they want to bring into this case. And I bet you it's going to be like, she wasn't in her right frame of mind, so things that she said, she might have confused with stuff. She's going to try and use that as a defense. So the judge is thinking through the timing now, considering how this would change the timeline for the case, which is already way behind. Last time I had someone evaluated at the jail, it took a long time. The sooner we get this sorted, the better. So the DA argues that the court should ask the defense proof of what they are trying to do and what it is being used for. Judge disagrees. Says he knows it only impacts after the homicide was allegedly admitted. Remember, they denied all charges in this case. From a common sense standpoint, it might be understandable. So I think I understand where they are coming from. It seems to me it would be best to have it in custody at the CJC. So this judge is sending her for another evaluation. So Judge Werner is concerned the evaluation could push back the trial date. Prosecution wants to know what the evaluation would be used for in the trial for the defense and what would be asked. The judge said it's the defense's choice how they want to present that. I'm bouncing back and forth, you guys, between because there's different people putting out different stuff here from the courtroom. I frankly have not seen something raised quite this way. Not that it is improper, just that it creates some legal issues. My thought is you brief what it is that you want, and we meet again in 3 weeks and make a plan. Like, this woman is cuckoo. Letecia has said nothing. She's just shifting in her seat back and forth, back and forth. Now she's leaning back in her chair, slightly slouched. Family is just looking dead ahead. Okay, so the judge says the more info you can disclose about what you're doing, the less I'll unintentionally expose what you're doing while asking you questions in front of the DA. December 9th is the next meeting at 1:30 p.m. to check their plan for this new evidence. So I think they're going to try and say that some of the things that she said and done immediately after Gannon had gone missing, she was out of her mind. She wasn't thinking straight, blah, 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 blah. The DA makes another bid for access to what they are doing in order to combat what they will present. Judge says, not yet. I want to see what Mr. Tellini files. I agree there is a waiver, just not sure how far it goes. So he will work with him, but there's red tape. Sorry if the clicking is bothering anybody, but I'm jumping around to different people who are in the courtroom, you guys, just so I get everything that's being said, well, as much of it as I can, because different people in the courtroom are giving different things. So by me bouncing around to the different information coming out, you get a lot more than you would if I was just looking at one. So if I'm not paying attention to chat, you guys, please don't take offense. She definitely does not want to go back to that state mental hospital. That's for dang sure. Defense team worries speedy trial could be a holdup, saying it might not be moving fast enough and then there's trouble. Mr. Tellini speaks up against his own team, says he's not worried about it. So Judge Werner said he doesn't want the evaluation to be at the El Paso County Jail, and he has to order the evaluation. Attorneys and the judge plans to meet again on December 9th at 1:30 p.m. with a plan. For now, both sides will file motions presenting what they want evaluated. Thank you, sister, for the super chat. Oh, or for joining again as a member. Sorry, I just seen the little thing up top. I'm trying to... I'm bouncing around between these feeds. Okay, so no idea how long this could take. So I think the court has the ability to move the time out if we need to. Judge says he thinks the time clock is on right now, but he's not super clear if he will be able to move it forward. Sounds like we're in some unfamiliar territory. And they're with that, you guys, they're talking about the speedy trial thing. Oh, thank you, my sister, for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. I love you. Helps a lot. Thank you. Okay, so what's this? So yeah, so they're talking about going past the 90 days with the speedy trial. And they're saying that that hasn't happened yet, like the clock hasn't started yet because she just entered a plea. But no, it's from the time she's arraigned that the clock starts. So I guess they're going to be looking into what's on the clock right now. So it looks like I don't know, we should be able to see the motions that are filed. So I will be keeping an eye on Letecia's filings. And as soon as I see any of that, I'll jump on and I will go over it with you all. Okay, so the DA also saying there might be need to be some limiting parts to this evidence. So any findings won't affect more than the time span they're talking about. Basically saying if there was something they found, the jury didn't get confused and think it was counted before the alleged crimes. So all rise. Today's meeting is over. Mr. Tellini pats Letecia on the back and they walk out, her shackles clinking as she goes. Ugh. So now it is done. So with that being said, let's get out of here now so I can pay attention to you guys over here now. Yep. So they're going to file all their motions of what they want and what they want to try and have entered as new evidence. The timeline, I'm not sure if this resets the timeline, if the clock has already started, if the defense does something to prolong the time that they have on the clock, then the clock restarts again, which actually gives the DA extra time too. So if this is something that the defense is going to do, it's going to reset the clock. So they can't come back and say, oh, well, she didn't get a speedy trial, because they're the ones that are delaying it. So there's some kind of question about another evaluation that they want done about how she was after the alleged crime. So, and they use the words alleged. What the DA was saying is that with bringing in this kind of evidence, they don't want to confuse the jury about whether this evaluation was done before she committed the crime or afterwards. So I guess they're going to put some pretty heavy rules down. And I think they're going to want to, I don't blame the DA for wanting to go through every inch of that to see what the defense is going to try and bring in here as evidence. It's only evidence if it's true, right? Or if it can be tied to this case. Yes, she can waive her speedy trial, yes, but I don't think they're doing that. Yes, some prayers for Gannon's family. Thank you, Angel. So it's not like the defense wants to waive their right to speedy trial. It's just once certain things are set in motion, they only have a certain amount of time to get that done. If the defense prolongs it to a point where it goes over that time, then they could, have it dismissed or whatever. There's a bunch of different things that can happen because of the defendant's right to a speedy trial. But in this case, it's the defense that is prolonging it. So that restarts the clock. So that restarts the timing on how long the prosecution has too, which sometimes is good for the prosecution. Yes, Sandra James. Evidence is factual. So I don't blame the DA for saying, look, we want to see what they're going to present to the jury as evidence, because if it's not evidence as evidence rules, per the rules of evidence, then how can I say this? So if the defense attorney says something in front of the jury that and says it's evidence and it's not, the jury can't unhear that. So this is why the DA wants to know exactly what they're trying to do with this, why they need this evaluation, what the evaluation entails, etc. And I don't blame them. Yeah, I want to see his postmental evaluation. Well, they're deciding right now where it's going to be done, how it's going to be done. Right now, the judge is saying they've got till December 9th to file all the motions for it. And they will be back in front of the judge again on the 9th, and the judge then will decide it. He already says he thinks it should be done. I don't know why, if you want my honest opinion, why the judge is saying, look, the defense is saying we want an evaluation of her mental state after the offense. Well, who cares what her mental state, her mental state is after she committed the offense? She was already evaluated as competent. She knows what she did. She knows what she did. I don't care how it affects her afterwards. You know what I mean? You did what you did, and now you got to pay the piper. So I don't know why the judge is going to allow something like that. And to me, it's a sympathy thing. Like they're trying to gain some kind of sympathy or something. Or they're trying to say, oh, well, when she talked about this and she talked about that and she rented a car and these are things that she normally wouldn't do, but her mental state was so fragile because she was so worried about her stepson being gone or missing. You know what I mean? So that's what I think they're going to try and play. That's the card I think they're going to try and play with this. But I really don't know how this is even relevant, because this is after the crime was committed. So they're going to be evaluating her mental state after she committed the crime. That's like trying to dry your tea bag out after you make a cup of tea, right? What? It doesn't make any sense. Right? Oh, yeah. She's going to play the victim like you wouldn't believe. Oh, poor me. Poor teacher. Teabag. Oh, I despise this woman. I don't hate or despise or anything. Too many people on this earth. You have to be a pretty shitty person for me not to like you or at least give you a chance. This woman, yeah, it's after the crime. So it's like I said, it's like trying to dry out the tea bag after you've made a cup of tea. Like, what? Makes no sense. Yeah, and she pled not guilty to all charges. So that's that, you guys. Here you go. My sister is apologizing to you guys if she didn't acknowledge you. She's driving, so she lost connection. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. Laurel's heart, and that's a good comment, and I appreciate that because that's exactly what they're trying to do. Yes, we do. Thank you, Cindy. And we do have the best subscribers. And I've got the best mods ever, believe me. Okay, you guys, so unless you guys have any other questions that you want me to try and answer, I think we're going to wrap it up. I'm also going to, hopefully the next video that we do, Christine sent me a box of some more crystals. My sister sent me a bunch more stuff that I want to show you guys. Very, very, very pretty. So I will be doing, right now they are sitting on my selenite, and they got a charge, and the selenite also helps rid them of any bad juju or anything like that. So they're sitting on that, and then they'll be put into sea salt for a bit. And then I'm going to do another live on that. So Christine, if you are here or when you do see this, she could be at work. Thank you very much. And we will be showing them in the next video. You are very welcome, Mackenzie, Lorna Mackenzie, Jody, Denise, Victoria. You guys are very, very welcome. And to the mods, yes, they do a wonderful job. I appreciate them. I believe one of the Colorado channels are going to have the presser on. I can check and see if I can find it, you guys. Do you want me to do that and show it here? And let me see if they've got it. The only reason I didn't jump over to it, let me just see if it's up yet, because sometimes it takes a while for the DA to come out. Let me just see here, you guys. Okay, I got to put my headphones back in. Do you guys want me to show it or no? If you guys want me to show the presser that's starting, I will show that if you want. Okay. So they're saying right now that it's going to start in about 5 minutes. So once that starts, you guys, I will jump over to it. Let me just check here. I'm not ignoring you guys. Okay, so as soon as it starts, I will jump over as soon as I see them. Okay. Okay. Oops. What the hell did I do? Okay. I'm going to have to go back to the... Okay, why can't I hear this? Okay, hang on, guys. Wait a minute here. Okay, wait a minute. Guys, I'm just trying to... I'm just trying to find the live here. Hang on. Give me a second, you guys. I'm trying to... find the live. I found it on one source, but there was no sound. Oh. So some of what I'm getting here through just the DA Allen saying that this is a unique case has drawn a lot of attention in regard to the length of the expected trial. And he said DA Michael Allen said the defense attorneys gave them notice of a mental health defense for at least one of the charges against Letecia. He believes they'll know more of what this will apply to on December 9th. And I don't know why I can't get this live, but let me go back over here. Like, I don't know why I can't hear this. Hang on a sec, you guys.
Of murder and the death of her 11-year-old stepson, Gannon Stauch, in the beginning of last year. Gannon went missing in January. His body was found 2 months later.
Okay, hang on. I think I've got it fixed. Hang on. Okay, I've got it, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to pause this. Okay, let me share this. Okay, you guys ready? I'm going to mute myself here.
Before all the cameras come on, I've been giving Spencer such a hard time, and I want you to know it's actually like game There is no proof. I don't have papers.
He's never shown it to me. Well, he tells me he likes you, so that's some proof.
Howard, our bi-monthly dinners have got to stay on the down low.
Let's get that one up.
Where do you all want me to look?
Okay, welcome into our Facebook audience and our audience on kktv.com. Letecia Stauch pleading not guilty on all charges, including the charge of murder in the death of her 11-year-old stepson, Gannon Stauch, in the beginning of last year. Gannon went missing in January. His body was found 2 months later in Florida. Letecia Stauch, his stepmother, has been charged in his murder. She pleaded not guilty in the plea hearing this afternoon. We're going to go out live to the courthouse right now and hear from District Attorney Michael Allen.
Present this case to a jury. Always important to remember that every defendant is innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt by a jury of peers, people from our area, the 4th Judicial District. So,
for the people without legal degrees, what's going on with the evidence proposal in terms of mental evaluation? That's not about competency. That's not
sure.
About...
So today, the defense basically gave us notice that they intend to put some sort of mental health defense out as it relates to some of the charges, specifically one of the charges. That will be decided in more thorough detail on January 9th when we come back at 1:30. So we'll know more then.
Have you seen something like that happen before?
Occasionally. It's a little bit rare, but occasionally we've seen stuff like this before.
And you told me it's interesting because we have to make sure that it is specifically for the time frame they're talking about compared to trying to encapsulate that for all charges in the sense that they're only talking about one charge.
Well, it's important to note too that we only got a very brief description of this issue from defense today. We should know more, like I said, on January 9th as to specifically what they intend to apply this to. So I'm sort of guessing based on what was said in court, what it will apply to and what time frame it might apply to, and we'll know more on January 9th.
And your guess is that's tampering with body charge?
I'm not going to guess as far as that goes.
But it's not related to the first-degree murder charge.
I'm not going to even guess about that either. Yep.
Talk to me. You kind of expected this plea to come in. I mean, does this now allow you to better prepare? Where does this put you? This date? I mean, this is kind of expected.
Yeah. So yeah, we did expect that at some point she would enter a not guilty plea and get this case set for trial. It doesn't allow us a better opportunity to prepare. We've been preparing for this case from day one, from the day that Gannon went missing. And so we've been working on this case constantly, and we're going to continue to work on this case constantly until we get to that jury trial date. So.
How are Gannon's family doing? I'm sure that was probably not easy seeing the accused person there.
Yeah, it's hard to get into their heads necessarily about what they might be feeling, but I can tell you that it's the first time they've seen her in person in quite some time, right? So I'm sure that brought up a lot of emotions for them.
And just for housekeeping stuff, the escape charges are then going to trail. They're not something she pled to today. Is that correct?
You're talking about the solicitation to escape from the jail. Yes, correct. That is going to trail. That will not be part of the jury trial that's set for March 28th.
Can you explain what trail means?
It just means that it's waiting for the disposition of the bigger case,
Okay.
the murder case.
You talked about limiting instructions on a jury already. I'm wondering about how difficult jury selection in this case could be.
Well, I think it'll be an extended period for jury selection, but what we find is that this is a big community. You know, we've got the most populous county in the entire state, and so I don't think that we'll have any trouble seating a jury that can be fair and impartial.
6 weeks. Are you in my head? 6 weeks for a trial. Seems like a long time.
It's long.
It's a longer than normal homicide trial.
Normally, a homicide trial runs 2 weeks in El Paso County, correct?
Generally speaking, yeah.
And that's also because of the gratuitous amount of documents, evidence, people we need to hear from.
This is a unique case, and that's what's leading to a longer trial setting.
Do you have a rough number of witnesses you think you guys are going to call?
No.
No. Why is it unique?
I think the fact that you're all here is a significant point as to why it's unique, right? It has drawn a lot of interest. It was an extended investigation. It is a unique case. Yeah.
So the trailing whole thing, this is personal
Sure.
for me. I don't know if you guys are feeling this way. So that mental health thing wouldn't apply to that charge?
Again, I'm not going to guess as to specifically. I'm just going off of what they said, generally speaking, in court today. And when I say they, I'm talking about defense. And these are all statements that they made in open court today. But it's sort of guessing with what they're saying and how that might apply to the facts. We'll know more on January 9th.
On January 9th, is that when there could be a decision on if she's evaluated by the state hospital?
I think it's a foregone conclusion based on what they've said already that she will be evaluated by the state hospital. The question is, based on what we talked about today in court, whether she's evaluated at the jail or down in Pueblo at the state hospital. That's really the question.
And it would be a lot speedier at the state hospital from what it sounds like at the jail.
Potentially could be.
Well,
Yeah.
and you argued for that too. Is there a reason you thought that was more important than any other potential evaluation?
About being at the state hospital. Yeah. So I think it's generally speaking, not necessarily this case, but generally speaking, anytime you can have an evaluation done at the state hospital where the facilities are set up for these types of things, where you can do 24-hour evaluations of their conduct and what they're doing, is a better process than a short amount of time at the jail where they don't get to see how they're acting when they're not under the evaluation process, if that makes sense. And I'm speaking in a general sense, obviously. Go ahead.
Just to make things crystal clear for people, this is a different issue than the issue of competency, correct?
It's a different issue than competency. It's also different than not guilty by reason of insanity. It's not even to that level.
Is there anything we can define it as?
It would just be some sort of mental health defense that she's raising as it relates to specific periods, it sounds like, and potentially or specific charges, right? So it's not necessarily going to apply to the main charges of the homicide. And it's not guilty by reason of insanity, meaning that, so just as a general sense, not guilty by reason of insanity is basically an admission that somebody did something, but they couldn't form the mental state to hold them accountable for it, right? Meaning that they couldn't form the intent and the knowledge to go after somebody and kill them. That's not what is being alleged here. So that wouldn't apply to this particular case. It's only after the fact is what it sounds like.
This is kind of off the beaten path of what we're talking about, but I've had people in the public asking whether there's been a ruling in terms of if people are going to be allowed to listen into this. I know there's a lot of problems with our WebEx system here. 1,000 people are on there. Have Have you heard anything in terms of how the judge is moving on that?
For trial?
Yes.
No, I have not heard anything specifically about trial.
That would be figured out during the pretrial situation.
That would probably happen more at pretrial. Yeah, when we get about a week away from the actual trial starting. Yeah.
Any words for the community who may feel like now that a trial date is set that this is really proceeding?
It's been proceeding the whole time. It's just the criminal justice system can be slow. And this particular case, like lots of cases during this particular time period, are slowed down even more because of COVID, right? The pandemic has affected everything we do in the courthouse, everything we do in the criminal justice system, and this case is no different. But despite the pandemic, despite everything that we've had as far as challenges related to the pandemic, the criminal justice system is still working. We're still taking cases to trial. We're still prosecuting cases, including homicide cases. We got a verdict on a homicide case just yesterday. That was really good. So really, it just means that things potentially are a little slower, a little bit longer to get to a resolution, but it doesn't mean anything on our ability to prosecute cases or hold people accountable in a general sense.
I know there's discussion in the courtroom about speedy trial. The defense was talking about kind of back and forth with themselves, whether or not this is going to be an issue. Did you have an opinion on how this is all going through? Do you think it's fast enough?
Do I think it's
going to fit within the parameters of the speedy trial?
Well, it is my obligation and the court's obligation to make sure that a defendant's right to a speedy trial is recognized and protected. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that we are within that 6-month speedy trial deadline. The court is also going to do that. Defense doesn't ever have that same burden, right? They're really just looking for ways to defend their client. They don't have to worry about statutory requirements on speedy trial. And that's across the board, not just this defendant. So it's important to keep that in mind. But we're going to make sure that we get this done in the speedy trial deadline.
I noticed that Gannon's mom was crying afterwards.
Yeah.
This is the first time that they have actually seen her in person
Right.
in quite some time. They talked to you at all about what that was like for them to actually be in the same room?
So not necessarily. Obviously, I think I mentioned it earlier. I think Nicole had asked that question. This is the first time they've seen her in person in a long time, right? And I think from anybody's standpoint that's got kids or, a parent, right? It would be an emotional thing to finally see that person again after as much time has elapsed as it has. And I think that's probably what you were seeing. It's hard for me to necessarily get into Landon's head, but I can tell you that we're giving her all the support that she needs. We are going to be talking to her as soon as we get done with this press conference. So she's waiting for us to wrap up here, and then I'll go talk to her to get more information from her and make sure that she feels comfortable with what's going on. That's a big part of what we do in the DA's office is making sure that we're giving victim support appropriately, and we're doing that with this family for both sides of the family. It's an important aspect of what we do.
Anything else?
Thank you. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Anything you think we missed?
I think you were all pretty thorough,
There's
except for
a
Spencer.
nice way to say repeating questions.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the first time I've verbatim said something.
Okay, so that wraps up the briefing and statements from District Attorney Michael Allen following the plea hearing today, where Letecia Stauch entered a not guilty plea on all charges, including first-degree murder, tampering with evidence, child abuse in the death of her 11-year-old stepson, Gannon Stauch. That was in the beginning of last year. Gannon Stauch reported missing in January. His body was found in Florida in a suitcase 2 months later, according to evidence presented by the prosecution during those pretrial hearings. Now, Spencer Wilson has been covering this every step of the way. You heard him asking questions down at the courthouse. He's going to answer some of my questions here in a little bit, but we're going to take some time to kind of let Spencer get situated and analyze and synthesize what he just heard. I'll take some time to connect with Spencer as well, but basically to just recap.
Okay. So he's just doing a recap there now, you guys. So it's going to go forward, you guys, on first-degree murder charges. Sorry about that, you guys. It took me a bit to get that up and going. It was my mic and my headphones were clashing. But yeah, so yes, justice for Gannon for sure. Justice for Gannon. So let's see what happens, you guys. Like I said, I will be watching the filings And as soon as things are filed, I will do a live and go over the documents that were filed. We're going to find out more information. That's what I was saying. A lot of this isn't going to come out until December 9th. But as you heard there with the DA, he just solidified what I'm thinking when he said, like, it's after the incident, after the crime took place, is they're gonna talk about her mental state, and I think she's gonna try and use that to her advantage when it comes to her saying that, you know, when the body was moved and this and that, like, it's going to be like, I blacked out, I was in a psychotic state or something, that she doesn't remember even doing any of that. So let's see how she's going to try and use this, but that's what I think is going to happen. Let's see if the judge is going to allow this in. I think we're going to find out a lot more, like I said, on December 9th, and I will cover that again here live for you. But until December 9th, you guys, I will be watching for those filings, and I will bring them to you as soon as I see that they've been filed with the court in the court record, and we will go over those and see what this new evidence is that the defense has. And also they want another evaluation. So is the judge kind of sort of agreed with that, and they have a very short timeline that they have to get this to trial. And depending on how long this evaluation is going to take, it could decide a lot of things, right? So we'll find out about that on January 6th, I think they said. The motions hearing was January 6th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So that'll be 3:30 Eastern. Pretrial starts March 17th at 9 a.m. And then the trial is expected to last at least 6 weeks starting March 28th. So that's it. So we're going to wrap this up now, you guys. Thank you for everybody being here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the members, the new members who have joined. I appreciate it. And sometime either I want to do another, everybody's been asking for the mini reads again. So I want to do that. And I also want to do the second tier members. I want to get that done too within the next week. I want to try and do at least 2 of them a month, you guys. And the second tier, like I said, it's going to be card pulls or pendulum questions or merch giveaway, stuff like that. And that's in the level 2 tier. So if you're a member of the level 2, then you will be invited to that. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go for now. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank each and every one of you for choosing to watch it here. And I want to thank my mods. I've got the best mods and I got the best subscribers anywhere. So if you haven't subscribed, I'm going to ask, please subscribe. You're going to be notified too if you hit that bell, notified of any time I do go live and bring you updated reads, etc. So until the next time, you guys, I'm going to say take care of yourselves. Please stay safe, and I love you to the moon and back. Okay? Bye-bye for now.